Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1. To everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Jump down to verse 8. Excuse me. A time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. First and foremost, let me give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the whole Lake man that scattered abroad, pushing his truth without sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And also shalom to you very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting in order in these last days. I'm the brother Amawan coming to the video, Lord, when it's edifying and just blowing the trumpet. You know, a blunt matter of fact, let's just hit that scripture too. You know, because like scripture I brought out was, you know, we are in a time of war. And it is our job to blow the horn when we hear any type of news, man. Right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 62. I think it's 62 and 6. Yep. It reads, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, right? Us Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives, man. You know, where are those watchmen that are on the walls watching anything that moves, man? Right? And right now we're in a time of WW3, right? Jacob's trouble. Got to pop off right first, but we see that the war, the rumors of wars are getting more physical, man. Right, what we've been talking about all week with Iran and Israel going just like the 7th, 8th, 9th day of them going back and forth, right? So here you go with the breaking news of Iran. I mean, the U.S. had just got involved, right? And that's what the scripture's already saying, right? How the least of the flock is going to draw them out. You know, Amalek them, right? The Israelis, right? They're gonna make America jump in, and that's what's gonna make the other side, right? Iran and his allies, right? His big brothers, right? Russia, China, you know, they're gonna tap in, man. All right. But inside this article, matter of fact, let me finish the rest of the scripture. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace. That's us, the prophets, right? Never holding our peace. Each and every day we're blowing the horn. Right, it says, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. Right? And that's really I can start right there, but that's really the point, right? Keep not silence, right? That's all we're doing, man, right? Brothers are going live right now. You know, breaking news, man, because that's real heavy, right? We were just talking about this a couple of days ago, how they're going to draw them out. You know, and with this article, right, from CBS News, I'm going to play some of the clip. I'm not going to play the whole 15 minutes, but just some of it. But I'm going to read this little head title on it. It says, Trump says now is the time for peace after strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities. Right? So question, ask yourself this. Do you really think they're going to call peace after you let somebody else get involved into a fight? Right? The question should be no. They're going to keep that. Right? That's why we understand that they're going to put the hooks back into their jaw. That's why they're going to get ready for this battle. That's why they're going to get ready to what? Disintegrate America, man. You know, but we'll say this, right? with all that being said, if that's close, right? We know that Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 is even closer, right? Because we know the war is coming. We know we're in times of WW3. Right, we're seeing it all over the social media with U.S. military eating these nice meals because they know they're finna go off to war. You know, so we know we're there, right? And but we also know that the MOTB is even closer, right? I always got to keep that in mind. The MOTB has to be played out before this major prophecy of WW3 plays out. So I'm gonna play some of this clip. Well, read this first. It says Trump says, "Now is the time for peace after strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities," right? And we got the perfect scripture that fits this head title. It says President Trump announced Saturday, which is today, that the U.S. has attacked 3 nuclear sites in Iran, calling them successful. CBS News senior White House correspondent Weya Jian reports, right? So it's just a point, right? So yes, a good move has been made today, right? Call all Yahweh Shem Yashak. That's what we've been waiting on, man. Right? Play this clip.
We're following breaking news out of the Middle East. President Trump announced that the U.S. has attacked 3 nuclear sites in Iran. In a post on Truth Social, he called the attack successful and says the planes are now outside of Iranian airspace. Mr. Trump went on to write, quote, "Now is the time for peace." He also says he will address the United States from the White House at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the Truth Social message that he put out. Right now, we do have CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang joining us right now with the very latest. Weijia.
Carissa, we are waiting for the president to speak in just about 1 hour, and certainly there are so many questions about how this was carried out and about the plans that led up to it. Because, of course, as we have been reporting, it was just on Thursday that he declared a self-imposed 2-week deadline for Iran to really have another chance, a final chance at diplomacy and trying to give them an off-ramp. Of course, that now appears like it was a ruse to give the Pentagon time to get its assets in order to take out this massive, unprecedented operation. I say that because earlier this week, we interviewed the former Secretary.
Right, and I'm gonna stop right there. I'll also leave a link for this article. But it's just the point of, hey, that was a big shocker. Let me get the major scripture that I'm thinking about, and also, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I'm gonna grab that first. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, right? Because we was warning you about these things, man. And it's been a shocker, right? Iranian. Who hit first? I think Israel hit Iran first. Boom. Next thing you know, we was first shocked at that. Then we were shocked when Iran spun back. Now we shocked to get like, damn, this shit heating up for real. Now we just heard this right here. Hey, that's major, man. Right here it goes right here in the book of Ezekiel chapter 7. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, and evil and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come. The end is come. A watcher for thee, the end is come. Behold, it is come." Right? So bad times on bad times is what we're seeing, And it's going to keep increasing. It's going to keep coming back to back to back, right? Them birth pains we was talking about, right? In the book of, I think it's 2nd Esdras chapter 16, right? But this right here's that major scripture. I'm not trying to make no long lesson on this. Just blowing the trumpet. Right, blowing the trumpet in Zion. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Matter of fact, let me exit out of that and show it to you again. It says Trump says now is the time for peace after strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities. Now, come on, like I said, man, you think it's gonna be peace after you done bomb my shit? Hell nah, it's up there, right? It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. "But other times in the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." Why? Because we know where we at, man. Right? We're so close to the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We almost about this thing. Right? Just keep enduring. Right? It ain't too much longer. We got to go. Verse 2, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua so cometh as a thief in the night." Right? Ain't gonna catch you off guard. Right? "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come up upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Right? So, and like I say, it's gonna go from a 0 to you can go from a 1 from dilating at 1 to a 9 real fast, man. That's a big jump, and it can catch you off guard. But the thing is, it says when they shall say peace and safety, right? What Trump just called out. See, these play on words is what we use when it comes to these scriptures, man. Right? Those are context clues, man. It says President Trump announced. He said now's the time for peace. No, man, you just bombed on folks, man. Right? You just played into the pretty much. You just played into World War III. So it ain't gonna be no peace, man. Right? But we know it's not gonna just pop off how the masses may see it, because we have more things to come. That's in front of it. Like I said, a famine to hear the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The MOTB, Jacob's trouble, the food famine, right? Those things got to play out first before you have those all-out war, right? So yeah, that was it on that. Donald Trump. Let me open this up right quick. Donald Trump promises far greater attacks if Iran does not make peace, right? And he trying to pull folks card, right? And hey, man, like this is my opinion, just speaking as a man. Hey, they could, cool it down, but they're not gonna forget it, because like I said, scripture says, right? These scriptures, these promises have to come to pass. Habakkuk 2 and 3, right? The MOTB has to come first, right? So hey, they may. Like I say, so we always just gonna blow the horn on this, right? They may just, cool down, right? But it said when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction, right? So that's like you done did something to somebody, and it was like, nah, you got it, right? But when he get his shit lined up, he coming back. You remember that scene in Minister Society? Kane, he done pap dude out, right there in the hood. He was like, I ain't sure for that man to come back like that. Straight blasting, So yeah, it's possible for it to die down, right? Because hey, we know through the spirit that hey, these other scriptures, these prophecies have to come to pass, right? But that's heavy, right? This right here is on the Newsbreak article. Donald Trump promises far greater attacks if Iran does not make peace, right? And hey, man, and that's how we know that Russia, China, and all its allies is going to help, right? It's going to be a small war, and they're going to get their big brothers, and that's going to involve everybody else. So, hey, we're definitely at the time of World War III, man. Just stay vigilant, right? And just keep being aware, Akim. We at that time. So, Lord willing, let's edify. I'm going to give our honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Krakadash. Matter of fact, Salakia. Got to bring this out, Salakia. I done closed out and everything. Right. This Revelation 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right? It's coming quickly, right? We're seeing the signs clear as day now. We're seeing the book of Matthew 24, the rumors of wars. Kingdom against kingdom. Right? So we're here. So, shalom.